Yes. Yes.
Okay, we're going to call the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District special meeting of Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. It's to order at 6:01. Okay, so we need the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so then we're going to have roll call.
Chair Witt?
Yes.
Vice Chair Marshall?
Present.
Director Worsley? Here. Director Baca? Here. Director McNair? Present.
Okay, now we go to public expression on non-agendized items. The board welcomes participation in the board meetings. Comments shall be limited to, so that everyone may be heard. This item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the board, which are not on the posted agenda, and items which have not already been considered by the board. The board limits testimony on these matters not on the agenda to 3 minutes per person and not more than 10 minutes for a particular subject at the discretion of the chair of the board. No action will be taken on this issue. Individuals wishing to address the board on items on the agenda will be given an opportunity to do so when the item is addressed by the board. The board limits testimony on matters on the agenda to 3 minutes and not more than 10 minutes for any particular subject. Anyone wishing to speak may come to the podium and state their name. No one? Okay, so then we're on to item 3, discussion of possible action regarding a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District authorizing the issuance of the Ukiah Valley Sanitation District Wastewater Revenue Refunding Bond Series 2020 and approving the forms of and authorizing the execution and delivery of an indenture, a placement agent engagement agreement, and a city district 2020 refinancing agreement in connection therewith and authorizing certain other actions related thereto.
I'm going to call in Jenna.
Okay. What our phone gave out on us.
Everybody's scared So in your packets, just to make sure, while we're getting hooked up here, it's Jenna and Wincy. So you should have a copy of this resolution, the indenture, placement agent agreement, city district refinancing agreement. We want to take as much time
Awesome.
as that.
Yeah, everybody doesn't see your phone, okay?
It's just today, and so we intend to take as much time as necessary to go through this.
Has anything changed from what was emailed to us?
No, not. No.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm really sorry, folks, that we didn't have more time to absorb this. All of these documents were basically created this morning, or finalized this morning, after being created over the last month with a lot of hard work by everybody. So, the city staff did a great job. Dave, Mark, Donald, Wincy, Jenna, everybody worked their butts off.
You want to give a short report about the city council meeting?
Well, in the city's meeting, they did approve all of these documents. I think Donald would speak better probably too. These documents are not totally finalized. There won't be significant changes, and hopefully you will authorize me to, or Dave, me and Dave, to be able to agree to any changes in the language. I think it's basically done. We're now talking about, the email that Donald has there that, go ahead, Donald, with that. You know, it's like a $2,100 difference in some.
Yeah, Wing C, I understand, only has about 15
Okay.
minutes or so. She's on a time crunch, so I can certainly address that
Or
later. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what's the important issues, Wing C, that you need to address with us, if any?
You might be surprised with this, but I don't know if we have any. I think
Yay.
as long as the district authorizes, Ernie or staff to make any final changes, I think there's just some nits and definitional changes that might need to get tweaked. And then, we should decide on the $2.5 million contribution issue. But I don't think any of it material. I think that the documents are in final form and that we're ready to go.
Can we ask a question?
Yes, Husker?
Wing C, I have a question, this is Julie. The city, hi, the city, gave us a summary of refunding results for the city's refunding, and they listed their bond par amount, $24,954,000. I wondered what ours was.
It's about 25 million. It's about the same.
Okay. Do you have a question for her?
It's about the same because the district has a higher percentage, but it's also making a cash contribution.
Oh, right, okay.
So, kind of messed up.
Oh, okay. No, my question is for the city.
Okay, great, thank you. Anybody else?
Well,
Wow,
Wow.
this is big. Okay, so, any other questions about these documents that anybody's come up with that? So, Donald, you want to present the exact verbiage of what we are actually going to make a motion on?
well, I believe there's a resolution that was part of the packet that the team, including Jenna, again, who's on the phone with us, I understand, helped draft for purposes of taking action on these documents, which include the indenture, the placement agent engagement agreement, and the City District 2020 refinancing agreement. I believe that resolution, as I said, was part of the board packet, and appropriate language would be contained in that resolution, which grants, which serves to do what Wing C basically just said, which is to grant the chair authority to make and approve changes to all of these documents that are generally non-substantive and designed to facilitate the closing of the transaction.
Question. Did you say there was an issue of section 7, the 2.5 million?
It's not section 7, it's section 6 of the refinancing agreement.
Well, is it section 7 of the resolution, transfer 2.5 million?
Of the resolution, it is section 7, and that's, section 7 is stated plainly. It would be the district approving to basically pay down $2.5 million of its portion of the 2006 installment payments.
So that wasn't the question. It was that wasn't the question that you brought up.
The question is how to address that in the refinancing agreement, which would be within section 6,
Okay.
in terms of how that gets worked into the allocation of payments between the city and district moving forward.
Okay.
That's because you're basically taking one debt, splitting it in two, and then after that, the district is applying its $2.5 million. So how does the equation in allocating the two debts take into account that use of the district's money? And there's no disagreement between the parties, just how to say that or even if to say it.
Okay, logistics of that, but was the reason the 2.5 was included was to bring the par values to almost equal amounts?
No, it's to pay down the principal.
Oh, it was just to pay down?
No, it's we have the cash to pay down that principal and not pay interest on that 2.5 million for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Was what the thought was in my mind.
But it,
Right, so I think that my initial proposal is that, you know, we run cash flows with the cash contribution, which is how the final cash flows would be, but that we also run cash flows as if the district did not make the QNAP contribution, which is looking like over 27 million in principal amount. And then if the city has to make a true-up payment to the district, then it was say there's a 1% differential, it'd be 1% of the city's share of new debt service, and then the district's debt service had it not made the $2.5 million contribution. So kind of seeing what it would have been if it was make that contribution, and then if the district has to pay the city, then it would be as normal, you know, the new debt service for both sides. And initial calculation is like if there was a 1% differential, the difference between what the city would pay if the city had a higher allocation and what the district would pay if the district had a higher allocation is $2,100. So it's not material if it's 1%, but you know, if it gets to be 5% for 10 years, and that might be, you know, 10,000 a year. So overall, not, you know, I don't know if we need to make that decision before the bonds are authorized and the final form of documents are finalized. But definitely would want the district input on how to handle that, because, you know, the flip side of implementing something like that is that it does complicate the true-up payment. And so, you know, 5-6 years from now, without the institutional knowledge, you know, is it going to be confusing on how to make the payment or how to calculate the payment? You know, I don't know if the city has suggested having a third party to the true-up payment. So this also complicates that.
okay, thank you.
Basically the pro and the con of doing that.
Right, got it, thank you.
Any other questions? Somebody want to make a motion?
How about public comment on the item?
Public comment?
As we can see, you still need to stay in line for that.
Probably not. Unless anybody has questions that we can see would be beneficial to answer.
Oh, I'll make a motion.
We'll make the public comment that we appreciate the cooperation that we've been able to show each other in working through all of this and getting to this point.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to compliment Wing C for putting it together, bringing both sides together on this.
We can see amazing job. Thank you very
We've been
much.
working on this a really long time.
Amazing.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know.
You can't see it, but we're standing and applauding right now.
Yeah. No, we discussed putting a plaque with your name on it by the front door. I mean, that's how. Okay, so I move to adopt. Do I have to read the entire resolution for a motion to adopt?
I don't think so, no.
Well, if we adopt the resolution, it'll be
Well,
the
I move to
verbiage.
adopt the resolution presented in item number 3.
Number 2020-0.
Identify the number, right?
Okay, it doesn't have a number agenda, so I move to adopt Ukiah Valley Sanitation District Resolution number 2020-01.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? It seems none. So,
Yeah, that was good. Your applause.
Thank you.
So, I guess with no other issues, the meeting's adjourned.
I have one question, I'll ask.
Thanks again, Wednesday.